Hello, yes. So from here, when you are giving this message as you are eligible to apply for qualified teacher status, that's the QTS in England, then straight away you can proceed to find out the documents you will be required to provide when you are about to register. And so, what we will ask for, then they continue to say that you need to provide the following evidence when you apply. You have to show all sections. Okay, so let's click on this one. Let's see what you have there. So the proof of identity, you'll be required to provide one of the following. That is either a passport. You must have a passport which is not expired. A birth certificate can also be provided. National identity card that shows your date of birth and nationality must not have expired as well. So from there, you move to proof of qualifications. You must prove your qualifications in education. So at this site, you must hold a teaching qualification that is equivalent to a UK level 6 or higher. So with this qualification, if that qualification is equivalent to level 6 but it is not a degree, you must also be able to provide evidence that you hold a separate degree. We will need to understand the level to which your qualifications were focused on developing practical teaching skills. For any clarifications you submit, you will need to provide a certificate, a transcript, or a diploma supplement. Yes, like I said earlier, it's more advised that you apply with a degree. That is what they are trying to say. Here there's a link for transcript. In case you don't know what a transcript is, it's when you go to the tertiary schools after completion or after graduation, the results they compile for you throughout the years you spent in the tertiary school. That is what we call the transcript. Yes, we cannot accept the diploma in education or the post-secondary teaching certificate from Ghana as these do not meet the required level. Yes, exactly my point. So they do not accept the diploma in education. So it's basically the degree that they will want to accept. And then we can only accept applications from teachers who are qualified to teach children aged 11 to 16 in one of the following subjects. So if you have a qualification that is able to teach children between these ages 11 and 16 in mathematics, science, biology, chemistry, physics, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Latin, Mandarin, Russian, Spanish. So for we Ghanaians or we as Africans who consider the math, science, biology, chemistry, physics, and maybe the French, or that is what is mostly taught in Ghana here. Yes, and then you will need to provide evidence that either your teaching qualification specifically shows you can teach one of these subjects, or at least 50% of your university degree was in one of them. So the qualifications you present, it should be in education and it should be in one of these areas as I mentioned. So please let's take note of that. And then we must show proof of English language ability as well. So when we click on that, this is what we get from that side of the English language eligibility. If you are born in or hold the citizenship of any of these listed countries, you are exempted from English language requirements. The countries are there as Australia, Barbados, Canada, those countries, Malta, USA, England, Scotland, Wales, and all those countries. You will need to provide your passport or official identification document for that country as proof. So that is for those English speaking countries. So let's come to our side. If you were not born in or do not hold citizenship of any of the exempted countries listed, you can provide evidence of your English language ability in one of the following ways. So as African or as a Ghanaian applying to the QTS, you can provide any of the following requirements to prove your English ability, to prove that you were taught indeed in English. So one of them is if your teaching qualification or university degree was taught in an exempt country, upload the transcript from your teaching qualification or university degree which you can request from the university where you studied. So this one, those of you that have gone to the university, you can request for this to prove that your qualification was actually taught in English. Then if your teaching qualification or university degree was taught completely in English but in a country that is not exempted, upload a document that shows your teaching qualification or university degree was taught exclusively in English language. This is an official document that you can request from the institution where you studied. And then 3, if you have an approved English language certificate, you will need a secure English language test, that is CELT, at level B2 for one of these approved providers, that is IELTS CELT Consortium, Language Cert, PSAN, and then PSI Services UK Limited, and Trinity College. So if you don't have any of the two earlier mentioned two qualifications, which you can easily acquire them from the universities, then you can register or get this certificate from any of the institutions mentioned here. So let's move to this side. Then there is a proof that you are recognized as a teacher. You have to prove that you are recognized as a teacher in your home country, and by this you will need to, as your education department or authority has an online register of teachers, you will need to provide any reference numbers. We will need to check your record. So in this case, I was thinking it will be either a staff ID. Staff ID will do this, I'm sure, because once you have your staff ID, you can be traced to find out indeed you were on payroll or you were a teacher in Ghana. Then next on the list, you have to proof of your work history. So by clicking on this, we need to show you've been employed as a teacher in a school for one UK school year, 9 months of active teaching time or more since becoming recognized as a teacher. 2, then you will need to provide the name and email address of a contact who can confirm that during your professional work experience you worked under supervised with children aged between. So this one you will just have to get someone or an employer or either a headmaster or a head teacher to give you a form of attestation or confirmation that indeed you were a teacher and then you were teaching this children within this age bracket. Yes. Then the next and I think the last one would be certified translation. Okay, this one doesn't apply to we the Africans. This one doesn't apply to us. So for now, this is what you will need to prove that you can work or you want to register with the UK government to be able to give in the QTS so that you can be eligible for their selection. So let me go over let me go over once more time. Let me go over one more time. So we will talk of the proof of identity, where you will need to provide an ID, and then there was proof of English, where you can apply for English proficiency from your training college or the university you attended. And then there was proof that you were recognized as a teacher in your home country. This one also spoke about it. And then we don't need this because we use English, or we learned English throughout in school. So this is when I will end this, and I will say to you that we'll have another video on how to apply. And you should also know that before you apply, these documents will have to be ready. The documents, we just mentioned them out here. Before you start the application, they should be ready in a soft copy so that you can be uploading them onto the portal. After uploading them, you'll be given a code of which you will be used to track your application, and when you are accepted, or you are given the go ahead to apply, or accepted, then you can go ahead and apply for jobs in the UK. And I'm sure by now a lot of agencies are ready, waiting for your applications. So let me end this one here, and please remember to share, like, and subscribe to the channel for more updates. And I promise to give you exclusive updates about this opportunity for teachers in the UK.